What up, family? Long time no see. Welcome back. Y'all know it's a lot been going on with the wildfires in LA, right? But it makes one ask the question, are they just coincidental? Or is it something deeper? Let's get into these videos and find out.
Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today? Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position? Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster?
Now, I understand being in shock and really not having much to say, but saying nothing? And you're supposed to be the mayor? Maybe her back is against the wall and the governor is not giving her much to work with. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, man.
No apology for them? Do you think you should have been visiting Ghana while this was unfolding back home?
I would probably say that she didn't have a speech written, so she didn't want to say anything that could possibly incriminate them. But you know, if as a professional, you're supposed to always be ready for these things, whether it's written down or not. She could have kept it brief and said something, but she said nothing. That speaks volumes.
Flying above international waters. Anyone want to explain what I'm seeing? This was the same day LA fires started.
Now, if those are fires starting like simultaneously, I ain't gonna speak too much on this video, but I will say 3 letters. DEW. A lot of y'all already know what that means.
There is a drone posted in the sky right there. I don't know what is going on there. This is crazy.
You know what? Now that I see this video, after all of the Dior bag videos that we've seen and we've encountered, and especially after that Dior bag situation in New Jersey, it's kind of starting to come together. I think we're moving into the age of having like air patrol police officers. Like they're going to start flying drones around to patrol now. And that's kind of scary if you think about it.
Well, you know, I know they were messing with the water, letting reserves go for one reason or another. They've been doing that a while. California has a lot of problems that sort of baffle the mind as far as why they do things. And then in the events like this, you sort of look, oh, is it on purpose? Which it's an insane thing to think. But one begins to ponder whether or not there is a purpose in mind. What could it be? You know, do they want the state empty?
You know, it's weird. The events following these fires, right? People's insurance got canceled before then. That would make it hard to rebuild, right? And then the reservoir where they keep water for situations like this was empty. Either they were thinking nothing was going to happen and that they were like 100% safe, or they had this plan all along and they just wanted to burn it all down so they can rebuild a so-called smart city. Because I mean, look at Maui.
Yeah, methylene blue, which was a fabric dye. Yeah, it was a textile dye. You know, they find it has profound effects on your mitochondria.
Yep.
Yeah.
This stuff works, man.
There's a lot of stuff that does work, which is very strange because, again, it's profit. When you hear about things that are demonized and then they turn out to be effective, you always wonder, well, what is going on here?
It's so much that you can speculate that would probably be the reason why those fires started, man. But that kind of looked like, you know how when you take some type of mirror or metal and you use it to beam the sun off to something else? Yeah, I mean, you ponder on that for a second, but that's what it looked like.
Watching the fires, I swear there's a UFO. Look, there's a plane. What the fuck is that? What the fuck? What the fuck is that? Look at it. Look how fast it's going.
7, 6, 11, 5, 9 and 20 miles today, 4, 11, 17, 32 the day before. Boost, 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 moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. Don't look at what's in front of you. Boost, 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 moving up and down again. Men go mad with watching them. There's no discharge in the war.
I mean, to say that was James Marsden, that's kind of a stretch. I don't know.
I don't have those no more. Yvette said that this guy's house was touched by God.
It had to be, because it sure didn't burn.
But if his house is touched by God, what happened to the rest of the neighborhood?
God didn't care about us. It shows it right now. But I'm going to let this go, and I'm going to close my gate, and I'm going to get out of here, because it's just making me sick.
That guy that live in that house, he is somebody important. You better believe that.
Ask me how I know I'm in hell right now. There's a driverless damn car, nobody in the car, with a billboard that says, humans are so 2023. Hire an AI. This is a real-life billboard in San Francisco, California. We got rampant homelessness, a fentanyl crisis. Nobody can afford housing. But wait, your employee needs rest? Wait, healthcare? Wait, they need to eat lunch? That is so 2023. Humans are so 2023. What are you, an idiot? Hire an AI.
I'm telling y'all, LA is about to become the first smart city. Just wait on it. Just wait on it, man. It's too much money in that city for them to be waiting on people to work for. Way too much. I'm telling you, man. And this is why you don't really hear Elon or anybody else, for that matter, speaking on the fires and everything that's going on. Yeah, they're speaking on Gavin Newsom being incompetent and the mayor and all of these different things. That's just to move them out the way. That's just to move them out the way to further the agenda, y'all. We got to wake up and see that. Am I saying Trump is a part of this? No, I'm not saying that. But I'm also saying that I don't know. I don't know. Just, we have to wait. Time tells everything.
It did look very friendly, I must say. I didn't realize it, how friendly it looked. I saw it on your wonderful network just a little while ago before I came in, and I said, boy, they look like two people that like each other, and we probably do. We have little different philosophies, right? But we probably do. I don't know, we just got along, but I got along with just about everybody on that. We met backstage, as you know, before we went on, and I thought it was a beautiful service, but we all got along very well, which is good.
I mean, I could go on a hunch here and say that they on the same tape. But I also can say, at some point, you got to realize that this man won. You can't be mad at him for the rest of your life, because eventually you're going to have to work with him again. And you're going to let that stop you from moving forward with whatever it is that you want to move forward with? No. So, I mean, Maybe it's just two adults being adults.
So I saw this video of this guy come across my FYP, and his job told him that he needed to shovel his way out of the snow and come to work. Otherwise, he was going to get a write-up. And he was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that because there's a high chance that I'll have a heart attack. I'm literally 47 years old, and I don't think that's necessary. So I was like, wow, I didn't know you could have a heart attack from shoveling snow. So I looked it up, and according to the American Heart Association, that's a lot of reasons why people die this time of year is because they're shoveling snow, and it's putting too much strain on their cardiovascular system. And it's also putting too much strain on their lungs because of the cold air, and you already have restricted airways when you're out there in the cold and you're trying to breathe. That's why you have that little itchy kind of burny feeling when you're trying to inhale in cold air. Yeah, that's going to make it harder. Then when you go out there and exert yourself and shovel snow, you're just putting too much on your body, and your body's like, fuck this shit, I'm giving up. And it does. It gives up. And you have a heart attack from shoveling snow. So long story short, do not go out there if you don't have to. Use Morton salt. I would recommend either, or chunks of salt, whatever, to get the driveway or the, path cleared. But don't go out there shoveling snow because there's a high chance that you'll have a heart attack, especially if you're over the age of 35 and you take your ass out there thinking you're Superman trying to shovel snow. Yeah, you're going to meet your maker. Don't do it.
Well, I wish somebody had told me that when I went out there and shoveled some snow. But I didn't feel like I was going to have a heart attack. It just felt like work. That's what it felt like to me. And she said, if you're over the age of 35, I'm well over the age of 35, and I didn't feel like I was going to have a heart attack. I think that's like for people or men who have underlying conditions, they shouldn't go out there and do. But no, I'd be glad to do stuff like that because it keeps me healthy. It keeps me strong. It keeps me going. It's the moment that you stop doing these things, it becomes a problem.
Once you get above a certain level of wealth, you get no incremental happiness. So why on earth would you not go back to a tax policy of the 60s, 70s, and 80s, where say above, pick a big number, 10 million, you actually pay more than 10%, maybe more than 20%, maybe more than 50%, because the difference between 30,000 a year for a household and 50,000 is enormous to the well-being of that household. Low-income kids in low-income households have higher resting blood pressure, but the difference between making 10 million a year and 15 million a year offers you no happiness. But these individuals have weaponized government, and we risk revolution, whether it's CEOs being murdered in the street, whether it's a Me Too movement that had righteous components of it, or Black Lives Matter. What are these movements? They are targeting the wealthy. We are in the midst of a series of small revolutions to correct income inequality. And the reason we put an insurrectionist and a rapist in office is because for the first time in our nation's history, a 30-year-old man or woman isn't doing as well as his or her parents were at 30. Why? Because the majority of households are having the oxygen sucked out of the room, such that a small number of individuals and a small number of companies can be worth more than nation states. Income inequality is out of control. Our tax policy has gone full oligarch.
Now, him explaining when you get so rich, then you have no desire for the money and there's really no happiness there. I kind of agree with him on that. But they're talking about Trump being an insurrectionist and a rapist. Look, people can believe that all they want to, bro, but if you know, you know. But he's right. I have to agree with him, especially on this tax thing. At some point, you have to spend some of that money, bro. Pay them taxes back. Make it easier on people, low-income people, or you could risk losing your life like the CEO did, because people are getting to the point where they're revolutionizing themselves. They realize people will never band together, so if you want something done, you got to do it yourself.
And here it is, folks. Probably the piece of legislation that Trump had promised since June or July in regards to abolishing the federal income tax, tax on tip, and other forms of taxation that are unconstitutional, honestly. But to add to it, Representative Carter has also put into it abolishing the IRS. Will this go through? I don't know, but once the text comes out and is uploaded, I'll definitely keep you guys informed, but this is one to watch out for, HR 25. Definitely want to watch this one.
Man, y'all, let me tell you, y'all better keep up with HR 25. Because if that happens, dog, we gonna be good. We gonna be good. It's gonna be a beautiful era for us, and we get a chance to see it. If the Most High willing, we get a chance to see this.
Well, President-elect Donald Trump has set his sights on Greenland because of its rich mineral resources, access to global shipping routes, and strategic location in the Arctic, which is especially important as tensions with Russia and China flare. Greenland has 25 of the 34 minerals deemed critical by the European Commission, including lithium and graphite, which are key for both EV batteries and cell phones. It also has rare earths reserves, which are crucial for the energy transition, military equipment, and computer chips. China currently dominates that market, and with tariff threats and possible retaliation, Greenland could be another supply source. The country also has ample oil and gas reserves. Now, as Arctic ice melts, shipping routes around Greenland could also become more accessible, significantly cutting transit times and costs and avoiding bottlenecks like the Panama Canal. Two key routes are on either side of Greenland, the Northwest Passage and the Trans-Arctic route, according to Arctic Portal. Russia has reopened military bases in the Arctic, and China wants to build a polar Silk Road passing through Arctic waters, and so U.S. access is key. Now, the U.S. has had a presence in Greenland since the early 40s and currently owns the Pitufuk Space Base in northwest Greenland, which includes missile defense and space monitoring. But Rachel Rizzo from the Atlantic Council told me that overall, Trump's focus on Greenland is about economic competition with China and making sure the U.S. has control of key elements to make advanced tech to counter China's rise.
So we could just forget about the reasons why he wanted, but let me tell you this. Trump is a businessman. And at the end of the day, these countries can be bought and sold off. It has nothing to do with the president of Greenland because they don't own it. It goes to the people. And when I say the people, I mean the people who may or may not be struggling, right? So if there's some money involved that can change these people's lives, Trump will figure a way. He will figure out a way. And I don't think Trump would actually convince these people to sell this land and put them in a worse position than what they may or may not be in now. So I'm just saying, what Trump wants, he gets. He got his second term, didn't he?
Greenland's prime minister says he's open to talks with Trump about becoming part of the United States. And I have to say, that was a lot quicker than I thought. Democrats less than 24 hours ago were saying that this was a fallacy and could not realistically happen. They also tried to make up this notion that Greenland was prepping to defend themselves. This doesn't look like them prepping to defend themselves from something that would not only benefit the country, but also something it's looking like their citizens want themselves. But I guess I'm not really surprised that another leftist smear tactic didn't work.
And look at there, see? They already want to sit down with this man. And if the citizens want it, hey, something's going on up there in Greenland that we don't know about. That's all I'm saying. And Greenland is not listening to social media, is not listening to the news, and getting swayed from making whatever decision that they want to make, because something is going on where they say, hell yeah, we're with it, let's do it.
I swear to God, I thought this guy was trolling, but nope, he is 100% serious.
Donald Trump is talking about giving the Greenlanders $1 million each just to come on over and enjoy the benefits of being a province of America.
First off, let's stop for a minute. Greenland has a population of 57,000 citizens. When did Trump ever say that he wanted to pay them all $1 million just so they can come over and enjoy the benefits of being a part of America? And why do you think it's a good idea that he would want to spend your tax dollars, $57 billion worth, to make the entire population of Greenland millionaires? Didn't you vote for him to put Americans first? Why would you be happy with Trump giving 57,000 non-U.S. citizens $1 million each? And what benefits would they enjoy exactly now that they get to be a province of the United States? What, they get to be a participant in our corrupt medical system? They get to turn their free colleges into for-profit institutions? They get to get treated like Puerto Rico gets treated?
We could buy an entire country for $57 million. That is a strategic strong point.
Did you just...
I think people don't listen or even do enough research to say, or do enough research to realize that Greenland does not only have 57 people, because he said 57 million, a million per person. If there were 57 people, it would be $57 million. But it's 57,000 people.
You just look off into the distance and say we could buy an entire country for $57 million. You couldn't buy Jeff Bezos' yacht for $57 million. The fact that you think $57 million can buy an entire resource-rich country that's a strategic strong point, as you put it, is crazy work.
God, I love Trump. That's a leader.
This is the reason every single person needs to start learning AI. Imagine if you posted a picture of your window and someone screenshots it, right? Then goes and takes it and drops it into a tool, knowing the city that you live in. And then that tool goes and scrapes using artificial intelligence every single pixel in Google Maps of the city and finds the exact part of the block that you live in, the exact floor, and even can face your window. This is exactly what we're facing. Everyone needs to start learning about AI today.
But the thing about it is, the CIA had this technology way before we got it. Any technology that we're worried about right now that's in the hands of just regular me or you, CIA been had it. They're just now releasing it.
Hey, did you guys hear about what's going on in Romania with like pretty earth-shattering consequences? I know you haven't, because America's been kind of dominating the news cycle over the last couple weeks, which had me wondering, like, gee, I wonder what's going on in the world that we're not seeing. Well, to catch y'all up, there are massive protests in Romania right now because the government and the president canceled the election, the upcoming election. Basically, they said that TikTok interfered and influenced voters to a degree that they felt it necessary to cancel the election. That sounds like some made-up bullshit. But anyways, let's move on. Would it be surprising to you if the person who canceled the election is a pro-NATO candidate? Well, it looks like we're building a massive base in Romania, with some speculating that NATO is using Romania as a door for war, a back door for the war. And yeah, you won't see this on your daily news.
You know, man, you gotta appreciate the people that keep up with this World War III thing, because they showed not telling us here in America what's going on. You definitely have to outsource it and do your research for real. But I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it here. I told you my last video, there's no reason for us to worry about this stuff, because however it's going to play out, it's going to play out. You just have to be prepared in more ways than one. And I've explained those ways previously on other videos on this channel. And I know I haven't been posting like I'm supposed to. You guys, it's been crazy. I've been really doing my fatherly duties and husband duties and everything else, man. Oh yeah, y'all guys go over to my vlog channel and subscribe also, and check out the vlog I just posted also. But I'm definitely getting back into it. Juggling 2 or 3 channels is not an easy task, but it has to be done, right? So just focus on what you can focus on in the moment, and however it play out, expect the unexpected, because these are just the times that we're living in. And we got like, what, 8 more days before the inauguration? That's 8 more days of time that anything can happen. So just keep your eyes peeled, stay vigilant, and stay prayed up. And with that being said, like I always say, do what you will with that information. And hey, if you like what you saw, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you know when I upload. Get in the description, hit that beacons link. It'll take you to all my social media. And remember, challenge the argument and not the person.